Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a great day. The quizzes have been corrected. I'll get them back to you tomorrow. I want to make sure they go into quarter 2 report card, not into quarter 1. Quarter 2 will give you an opportunity to do a retake for quarter 2 and not affect quarter 1 grade. So I'll be back tomorrow and I'll pass this back to you, okay? So what we want to do today is talk about adding or subtracting graphs, okay? So our objective today is going to be adding or subtracting functions. Fancy word for graphs, okay? So example 1, and example 1 talks about two different graphs, f of x and g of x. And what I want to do is actually graph both these onto my grid, okay? And then what I want to do, I can use Desmos. That makes it easy to graph both, all right? So what I'll do is I will go ahead and get to Desmos. If you guys need to grab your phone, take a look at Desmos, then go ahead. But I'm going to graph f of x. Oh, wrong stuff. Desmos, hold on, that's Spotify. Same color. Desmos. Okay, I will go y equals 2x subtract 2, and I kind of know what this one looks like anyway. Now I'm going to use colors, and I would suggest if you guys want to real quickly pause the video and go get some colored pencils. I'm going to use 3 different colors. You don't need to use colors, but it sure helps me. So I'm going to use, they like red, so, but I might use a different color than red. I'm going to use green for this one. So, and if you're colorblind, so sorry. Start at -2. I know this graph. Up 2 or 1, up 2 or 1, up 2 or 1. Okay, and you can see it on Desmos also, but I know what this graph looks like. Okay, it's a straight line, y-intercept of -2 and a slope of 2. Okay, so there's my first graph. Okay, and I'll try and go slowly so you can keep with me, okay? So I just graphed in green f of x. Now I'm going to graph g of x in blue. Okay? So g of x is going to be, let's see, we'll go our x squared minus 2x plus 1. I'll put that on my Desmos. Y equals x squared subtract 2x plus 1. Again, if I get to going too fast, you can always pause the video. But it's a parabola. I knew it was a parabola. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Awesome. Now if I want to add these two graphs, that's the next piece. Okay, it says now, what I want to do is let's graph f plus g. That's a fancy word for saying add the graphs and see what happens. Well, what happens is the heights are going to be higher. What does it look like? Well, the easiest way is let's just first take our f of x and add it to our g of x. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Okay, I'm going to take my f of x, I'm going to add it to my g of x. So I'm going to go, okay, take my 2x minus 2, so I'm just taking this equation, plus my x squared minus 2x plus 1. I'm going to add them. Well, that's easy. Add like terms. So f plus g of x equals, just add them, x squared. Oh, those cancel, don't they? And then I get a minus 1. All right, so let's graph that. So I'm going to go y equals my x squared subtract 1. And there it is, but it's in green. Well, that's weird. I should use their colors instead of mine. All right, no big deal. So, boy, I should use their colors. Okay, let me use their colors real quickly because I got blue in there anyway, right? There's my red, Should have figured that out first, right? There's my red, there's my blue, and here's my green, which is to add them together. Okay, so I get this graph here, x squared minus 1. The graph looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Okay, let me back up so you know what I did. I graphed the first graph. Actually, Desmos liked it in red, so I'll just use red. I graphed the second graph, x squared minus 2x plus 1. And then I graphed the sum. I added them together, so the easiest way is just to add them. Add both graphs, and I wound up with x squared minus 1. What happens is all of these heights, you add the red graph height and the blue graph height, and it makes the green graph. Okay. Now to subtract them, what is f minus g of x? Well, okay, let's figure that out. So f of x is my 2x minus 2. That's my f of x. We're going to subtract our g of x, which is to subtract our x squared minus 2x plus 1. Okay, that's minus my g of x. Okay, so I'm subtracting f of x, which is my 2x minus 2. Right, that's that one there. And I subtract my g of x, that's that one there. And I'm going to be careful with my negative because I got to make sure I subtract a negative. So remember, I'm going to go minus x squared plus 2x minus 1. I have to be careful of subtracting the entire expression. Bring the negative through. We've done this before. Let's figure it out. I got a negative x squared plus a 4x, adding like terms, minus 3. All right, let's see what that looks like. Okay. I don't know what color this is going to give me. I don't know. We'll find out. Y equals a negative x squared. Oops, I got to get a negative x squared. Let's try that again. Negative. Oh, it's going to give me blue. Okay, but a different blue, huh? Negative x squared plus 4x subtract 3, and I get this upside. Oh, it's in purple. I bet I have a purple pen around here somewhere. I do have purple. Awesome. Let's use purple. So it's going to be like this. Let's see if I can graph that one. Okay. Goes through there and there, and it has a vertex there. Goes through negative 3. There it is. All right. Okay, let me back up. What did I do? I subtracted the equations, f minus g, simplified it, and graphed the equation. What did I do in the first one? I added f and g, simplified it, and graphed the equation. So that's pretty easy. Okay, you ready to turn the page? And again, if you need the substitute to pause the video, you can do that. Okay, turn the page. All right, here we go. Example 2. Okay, p of x is equal to 4 times the q of x, and q of x is equal to 2 times the q of x. Okay, so what we're going to do, find p of q plus x of q. Okay, so p of q plus x of q. Let's add these. So I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to go 4 cube roots of x plus 2 cube roots of x. That's easy to add, right? Just add them. I'm going to get a 6 cube roots of x. Now, it's a really weird way to write that, but it really does say p plus q of x. And that's that. That's my p of x plus my q of x, which is my 2 cube roots of x. I add them. 4 plus 2 is just 6 cube roots of x. Okay, now it says find p plus q of 8. All right, so all I'm going to do then is put my 8 into that answer for x. All I'm going to do is replace the 8 right there. So I'm going to go, okay. So the second part is p plus q of 8. Okay, so to get this answer, we're going to take 8 and plug 8 into my first, adding the x's, put it in for x. So it goes 6 cube roots of 8, because I put 8 in for x. Cube root of 8, hopefully everybody knows that's 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. That's the answer to that question. Okay, now, last example, we're just going to subtract them. P minus Q of X. All right, let's figure that out. P minus Q, let's see. I'm going to take my P of X, which is my 4 cube roots of X, right? That's P. Subtract Q, that's Q. Just subtract my 2 cube roots of X. I'm just subtracting because that's what the question asks for. And I go, since they're the same, I can subtract them. 4 cube roots of X minus 2 cube roots of X just simply equals a 2 cube roots of X. 4 minus 2. Okay, great. Now, the second part talks about, that's my P minus Q of X. My second part says, let's find P minus Q of negative 27. That's this part. Second part of the equation. Second part of the question is this. So I'm going to do that right there. Okay, so I already have the answer to P minus Q of X, 2 cubes of X. Now I just want to plug negative 27 in for X. That's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2 times the cube root, not of X, but of negative 27. And hopefully we know what that is. Negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 27. So negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 27. So the cube root of negative 27 is negative 3. So I got 2 times a negative 3, which is a negative 6. So I got P minus Q of negative 27 is negative 6. Okay, there you go. That's all I have. You do have a homework assignment, and it is, just a second, out of your journal. It is going to be page, hold on, page 130. So page 130, you're going to do 1 to 10 all. Okay, work quietly, please. Get the work done, please. Work on it, no goofing off. Get the job done. Try. Okay, that's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow.